Yes, we are continuing our series on email marketing. In this training today, I'm going to show you how to create autoresponder for your business inside GetResponse. So, the first thing we need to do now is that you log in into your GetResponse dashboard, and then once you log in, the first thing we are going to look at is we need to set our default email to our to the webmail. That's to our professional email. We will change it from Gmail. The way it is now, the Gmail is the default. And being the default email, that means if we go ahead and use that default email to create autoresponders, our email recipients will be, getting those emails from a Gmail, which is not good. And since we already verified our domain, so what we just need to do is to just go to manage account, and then once we click on manage account, so we are here now. What we need to do is to go to email addresses. Okay, make sure you check that all these account details are okay, that everything is intact, so that these are part of the spam protection thing that you have to do. You have to fill in your complete address. Nothing should be left out. Okay, so we go to email addresses. So in the email addresses, we can see that the Gmail is the default email. So we have to change it to the our domain email. So we click on this. So once we click on that, it opens up, and then we see that it is already confirmed and at the same time authenticated. So we are going to click here, just come over to these three dots and set it as default. So we have set it as default. So it is no longer, our default email is no longer the Gmail. So our default email now, which is where the emails will be coming from. Okay, so once that is done, then we now move over to create a list. Okay, the next thing is to create a list. Although we have a default list, but we are going to create another list. Okay, so in order for us to create a list, what you need to do is to go to contacts. Okay, you go to contacts. So once you go to contacts, you see that there's a default list, and I do not want us to use the default list. So we will now have to create another list. Okay, we'll have to create another list. So how do you get here? Just come over and click on create a list. So once you click on create a list, you have to put in your list name here. So I'm going to and the list name should not have spaces in between. Okay, so I will look at creating China's couture. So that's the list, and then we will click on create. Oh, it says the list already exists. You need to create, okay, maybe China's couture 2, create. Okay, so we have created that list. So that is the China's couture list. So once we create the list, now we will need to do something now. So we now go back to our landing page, okay, and select this new list now before we begin to create our autoresponder, so that we don't forget. Okay, so let's go to pages, all pages, and then we click on this particular one. Let's view and be sure it is this one. Okay, yeah, this is it. So once you view and you are sure it is the one, so just click on edit with Elementor. So while the editing interface is loading, Okay, so the list has been created. So once we have created the list, what we now need to do is to go back to our WordPress website here and then go and edit our form. Go and edit our form. This is it. I'll open it in a new tab to be sure this is the actual one. Okay, this is it. So I now click edit with Elementor. Edit with Elementor. So while we wait for that to load up, yes, we wait for it to load up. Okay, so once the page has loaded, then I will need to edit the two forms on the landing page. This one, we click on edit, and then I'll go to uh, get response. So from here, I'll need to select the new list. I'm waiting for this. I think this is just because of network. The network is quite bad. Okay, so it has fully loaded now. So what we need to do is to select the list, the new list we just created. Okay, you can see that this is the default list, and then this is the new list we just created. So you select it, and then once you select, you update that. So you update that. Okay, once that is updated, then we can go back to our get response and then begin to create auto responder. So now for us to create auto responder, so in this I'm going to create 7 email series in one single autoresponder. 7 email series. Those emails are already written out. I'm going to already written out the emails. So let's come back here. So now for us to create the autoresponders, what we need to do is to come over to tools, okay, and then we click on auto responders. Click on auto responders. So once we click on auto responders, we allow the interface to load up. So once you click on create auto responders, okay, let's go back. There's something I need to show you. Once you click on create autoresponder, this is where we come. Now, from here, we need to change this to the new list that we just created. So every emails that we'll be creating here, whoever opts into that through that email will come into this list. So I'm going to remove this and apply. Okay. So while that is loading up, okay. So now you can see that this email list has no auto responder. So we now have to create autoresponder. So now the first thing is that this these are the things we are going to look at. Okay, so now I'm going to take my time to create, to show you how to create your emails from here. Now the first thing you do is to give your autoresponder a name. Okay, give your autoresponder a name. So this is the first autoresponder in the series. So we give it a name. Okay, so now you should be aware that your subscribers will not see the name. Okay, it's only you that will see it. So we can just call this one email one or welcome email one, or you can call it welcome email. You can say stroke welcome email. So stroke welcome email. So now once that is done, please be sure to select the right autoresponder, which is this one. Okay, good. Now, autoresponder settings. This one will be your first autoresponder will go out immediately. That's the first email will go out immediately they sign up. So it will be on day 0. If you change it to day 1, that means on the second day. If somebody opts into your email list today, if you leave this as on day 1, it's going to be on the second day. So, but if you leave it as 0, that's immediately. That is same time as sign up. Same time as sign up. Or you can say with a delay of or at exactly, maybe you just pick the time. But in our own case, we're going to say same time as sign up time. Okay. I will just leave it at that. And then allow messages to be sent on all days of the week, from Monday to Sunday. And then, of course, so I hope that is taken. So here we looked at the autoresponder name, that's email one, or welcome email, then the autoresponder setting on how do you want the message to be sent out? How? Is it immediately or with a delay? We chose immediately, and it should be on day zero, the first day of sign up. And then we look at from email address. So the from email, that's your website email. Never you use a Gmail here, okay? Never use a Gmail, okay? So use your main email, which is your domain email here. So you put domain email. Then here you can let them reply to your domain email or to a Gmail. So you can choose a Gmail here for easy access. Okay, you can use a Gmail. You can reply to a Gmail. Then what will be your subject line? Now for your subject line now, you can come here and pick this subject line. Already I've written out my email copies. So that's how you do it. You write out your email copies. Subject line, you paste it, and then please you can use emojis here. I want my emoji to be at the start. At the emoji at the start, I can say something like maybe I will use this or use this. I can use any of this. Let me use this one to make it simple. So the emoji can be at the beginning or at the end here. Okay, so that's that. Then you can add a personalization, but I don't like adding personalization here. So we have put in our subject line. So this is now where we design our content. So this is from where we will now pick a template and then design our content. So let's see, design message. So once you click on that, we allow the page to load.